Hello.
Hello,
Wait.
John. Hello, John.
Hi.
How you doing?
Not too bad. I mean, I've been better. We watched Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules.
There's a lot to take in with Extreme Rules because it could have been great. On paper, it didn't look great. A lot of the card looked really bad. And of course, there was like some stuff leading up to it that sort of suggested that it was going to be bad. But some of the matchups, especially the Iron Man match, should have been amazing. It wasn't. Nothing was amazing. So yeah, first match on the pre-show. Full disclosure, we didn't actually watch the pre-show.
But I've watched these two matches since. Did you watch them,
No. You're just going to have to fill me in for these ones. Andrade Cien Almas with Selena Vega, who is amazing, and he's amazing as well, but she deserves a little mention. Defeated Sin Cara.
It was the usual. It's Sin Cara.
Sin Cara
should be greater than he is. Right?
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. He's yet another failed experiment.
He keeps making mistakes.
He's notorious for that, but also...
But he was the new one.
Yeah.
So he replaced the old one that was making mistakes.
Yes.
So they're all making mistakes.
None of them are very good at being Sin Cara.
They should have just brought a third Sin Cara in and just started a heel faction.
Well, I think the plan with Kalisto was what he was going to do, is take over as the big top lucha Mexican babyface.
And he had like two Sin Caras as his boys.
And Kalisto just didn't take. People didn't really care about Kalisto.
Grand Metaliks.
He could be great, but again, he's trapped in the cruiserweights. He's trapped in 205 and he can't get over.
We have an idea about the cruiserweight, but that could be for our video.
Yeah. So yeah, Andrade Cien Almas has been on fucking fire.
And she's a great heel manager.
She's so good. She gets dirty. She does a bit of Hurricane Rana into the steel steps in most matches and stuff like that.
She's been fantastic.
Great talker.
NXT as well. Both of them were great. 5-star match way.
Johnny Gargano. That was a fucking great match. For the title as well. He was NXT champion and he came up and immediately just started fighting mid-carders. He should have been shot right to the top. He's that good. He's very, very good.
Right. The next match after that was Tables match with Sanity against the New Day, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, that I probably will go back and watch both of these matches because on paper, again, they both should be great. However, Sanity have absolutely no momentum because they lost their first match on SmackDown.
You got a real beef with that.
I really do, because Sanity...
Who did they lose against? The Bludgeon Bros, was it?
No, the Usos, I think. It was
as if the Usos need to beat Sanity.
It was the Usos and Jeff Hardy, who's barely mobile at this point. And it's like, I get it. I get that, like, because Jeff Hardy's such a crowd favourite and the Usos are super over, you give them the win, but Sanity were just newly there. And if you made them even slightly intimidating, because let's face it, look at who they've got. They've got fucking Big Damo looking like a fucking man mountain. They've got fucking, what's his name, Eric Young, who looks mental, legitimately mental half the time. And he's a great talker as well when you let him go. And Alexander Wolf, he gets undervalued quite a lot. But that match that they had at War Games when it was them, Undisputed Era, and who was it, Authors of Pain, fucking Wolf he earned his money in that match. Wolf, he was fucking great in that match.
That was amazing.
That was a really, really good match. And the thing is, I mean, obviously we can't really talk about it here, but when we get to an NXT TakeOver match, I'll get to gush about how fucking much I love Undisputed Era, and especially you
have to wear one.
Kyle O'Reilly. I love Kyle O'Reilly.
Right. But it's good to see Sanity up. I'm happy with that.
And the New Day are the New Day. They're always good, but we're losing a little bit.
I thought Big E was getting a push. Remember?
Yeah, there was rumors. There's always rumors about Big E because
he was in the ladder match.
Vince fucking loved Big E.
Wait, was Big E in the ladder match?
No, it was Kofi. It was Kofi again.
So he could do his big spots.
Yeah,
but he was good, and that
was a good match. That was a good match. Okay, so on to the main show. We have the B team versus the Deleters of Worlds for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
And they won?
Yeah, B team won. Do you really have anything else to say about this match?
Do you?
No. I like the B team as, like, they're basically the new Slater and Rhino. that's funny, I guess. It's kind of nice to see a pair of jobbers actually get a bit of success because they got, through sheer force of will, they're over. But the leaders of worlds, Matt Hardy can barely go these days, but...
Has the tag team belts always just for... Is it just jokes? Has it always been for joke people?
Well, the rumour always is that Vince fucking hates tag wrestling, so he doesn't value the belts. So yeah, sometimes they just slap them on comedy people because fuck it, the belts mean literally nothing to these people, and that's why the New Day were more than welcome to hold them for like fucking almost 600 days or whatever it was. They held them for so long, and then it was them and the Usos just trading them back and forth, just proving that the belts mean nothing. When you just trade them back and forth.
What turnaround for the Usos? They were absolute dog shit.
Yeah,
and they were just kidding on. They were like gangsters.
Look at what they needed to do. They needed to turn heel. They needed to turn heel to be good.
But everybody's heel.
I know, the biggest problem is there's too many heels because they don't know how to book baby faces anymore. But look what happened in the process of them being heels. They got over to such a degree that they're treated like baby faces now.
Bo and Curtis are faces.
Yeah.
They're playing massive, huge baby faces.
Even though they're effectively a heel team.
Heels.
Yeah. Because they are faces because they're celebrating, they're really happy when they win. And it's nice to see people actually give a shit about a victory, you know?
That was good to see.
Because, you know, when Roman wins, he just does his big dog pose and he doesn't even look happy about it.
There'll be time to talk about
yeah, we'll get to stuff like this. But there's beef. But
is it going to be, is Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel going to save your tag division?
Oh no,
I don't think so.
No.
The Revival got buried because of backstage heat.
Yeah.
They're on Raw, aren't they?
Yeah. Legitimate, excellent wrestlers from NXT yet again getting buried just because.
Would you think in that and the Bat and Bray tag team? Do you think it's done now, or? I
think it was fine while it lasted. I liked the whole Bray being deleted thing and sort of like changing his gimmick slightly, but he didn't go through a full transformation. I wanted him to go through a full transformation, and he didn't really. He just became Matt's pal overnight after being deleted, and I was like, nah, I don't really know what's going on here. And Matt just he isn't great in the ring anymore. He's too slow, and his gimmick's great, and he's a good talker and stuff, but I don't like watching their matches. Bray Wyatt is capable of so much more. He was WWE champion last year.
And then he got beat by Randy Orton.
He got RKO'd from somewhere.
Don't worry, we'll get to Randy Orton.
Yeah,
we're gonna get. We're gonna get to everybody.
There's beef. Finn Balor defeated, shocking, Baron Corbin.
Constable
Baron Corbin. Absolute boy Baron Corbin.
John Cena slagging you in his wee denim shorts for no cashing in. Imagine that, John Cena just slagging the fuck at you in his wee denim shorts like that. That boy shook. That boy's barber shook.
Why give him the case just to have him fail? Like,
it's got me worried for Braun Strowman trying to cash in and possibly Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's a real concern because that seems to be their gimmick now, is the guys fail to cash in, and it's like they tried it once with Cena just to be like, so why the fuck did they give it to Cena? Why did they give it to Damien Sandow? Why did they give it to Baron Corbin? If they were just going to have them fail to cash it in, it means that there were like, say there was like 7 other guys in that ladder match with them. Every time there's like 8 guys in that Money in the Bank, right? 7 other guys in that match, they were like, oh, they didn't deserve that, but this guy did, and then we're going to make them fail to cash it in.
And then get John Cena to slag him, which makes me think there's heat backstage about something that we don't know about.
I mean,
see all this, I really like wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Right. What's all this backstage politics shit about?
I don't know.
People love it, you know what I mean? People love that aspect.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking company, right?
It is, yeah.
Shouldn't it be getting run professionally?
The thing about it is as well, I'd say it is still mostly Vince's influence because
he's a big bully and he's a big arsehole.
It's very strange that it's like still, the entire thing is about big muscle men groping each other.
Yeah.
And Vince still thinks that it's all about that it's not about like personalities or passion for the business. It's just about hard men being hard and being muscly.
Which is a massive aspect to it.
It is. It's where its roots come from, I guess, and it is important to look the part in most respects. But look at people like Kevin Owens. He doesn't look the part, but he's an amazing wrestler. He still deserves plenty of praise and stuff like that. He's also not one of these hyper masculine assholes who's like fucking. He needs to pretend that he's the big man on campus and stuff like that.
The Kevin Owens 24 thing, and he went in for the Chris Jericho match, and he knew it was shit. Did they good? Vince is just like,
and that
get out of here.
That's ultimately it as well. Like apparently,
he cares.
Yeah, he cares. Yeah. He cares a lot about whether or not he put on a good show, because they are entertainers at the end of the day. And like, if they fail, and it is an art form, and if you fail at something that's like it's been building for months. That angle was building for months, and that was their one chance to finish the feud, and they blew it. And that would have been heartbreaking. And if you care about the business at all,
with that match in particular, that WrestleMania Chris Jericho Kevin Owens one, I think they should have went hardcore with it and battered the fuck out of each other. I think they should have went under the ring. I think it was just a singles match.
It was, yeah.
They should have just went under the ring and just battered each other with chairs because they used to love each other so much. But now Kevin Owens hates him so much that he has to kill him.
Yeah.
No kill him. It'd have been good to see blood on Jericho's face, and he would be like greeting.
Yeah.
I hate you. You're the stupid idiot. Yeah. I hate you.
And you know that Jericho would have done it because with the first fucking match he went into New Japan with, he was in a hardcore match with Kenny Omega and he bled. And he looked like he gave a shit, and he was trying really hard, and he got 5 stars for it.
It was good to see Finn win, but he's in limbo right now.
Yeah, that's how little that match meant. We just went on a tangent about something completely different. Finn got a win, and that was nice.
Right, next match. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Again, we went on a tangent to delay having to talk about this match. This match makes all of us... Well, Carmella makes us all so angry that we turned the network off.
We're going to get called Smarks for us, but John...
who cares? She's terrible. We turned the network off and we watched some fucking garbage on YouTube and had a laugh. And I had it running on my phone in the background. And I kept glancing at it every now and then to see how fucking stupid it was. And guess what, guys? It was stupid.
And like Asuka got pepper sprayed again.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Right, you go for it.
Ellsworth was in a cage for no reason. He's in a shark cage.
So it's in case he dresses up as Asuka again and confuses her.
But that stipulation was added right at the last minute. They didn't build that at all.
I don't get
that gimmick of her not being able to understand that someone was wearing her coat.
Where she's like that, but I'm Asuka.
Yeah, it's the two Spider-Mans pointing at each other.
Yeah,
it's just.
But I'm Asuka, and then it's Ellsworth, and we all know it was Ellsworth, and then he winks.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't get it, and then next thing you know, it's a roll up. No, it was a sweet chin music again.
She gave her a super kick and
which she's really bad at.
When you've got so many talented women on the fucking SmackDown roster, like I don't know, maybe Becky Lynch or Asuka or Charlotte or Naomi. Or maybe fucking one. No, actually, I don't really like either members of the Absolution team. The Iconics again, like could have done anything with them. Instead, you give it to Carmella, who is obnoxious, who can't talk. I don't know where people have got this idea that she can talk.
She's just Ellsworth if she can talk.
Yeah.
Why is James Ellsworth back if she's such a good talker?
Yeah, if she gets heat herself, if she's a great talker and she can get her own heat, why is Ellsworth with her?
See all that shouting and sticking her tongue out, it's like she's in a porn or something.
See her screeching her way through matches.
And see the people who tell like her, I get it, she's got big tits, okay. If you know got the internet.
I know. It's like, okay, she's got a cracking body. Most of the women do. And
yeah, they're athletes.
Yeah, they're athletes, that's the point. And yeah, okay, the internet exists, you can get porn everywhere. You don't need Carmella with a title. Asuka has no momentum now because Charlotte beat her at WrestleMania, which I didn't have a problem with because it shows Charlotte as being the dominant woman in the women's division. She finally beat Asuka.
Killed all that heat for Carmella to win the next day.
Yeah,
the next day, right?
It was so stupid.
And it was Billy Fingway, the two Australians.
Yeah, it was the Iconics that like sort of caused the distraction and then Charlotte didn't have a feud with him. Yeah,
she had a match with him, and then that was it.
Yeah.
So they didn't build anything on that.
I mean, it really felt rushed to the point where I was like, oh, Carmella's going to be a transitional champion and they're going to get the belt on someone else. She's still holding it. And she's beat Asuka twice.
And she's going to beat Becky Lynch at SummerSlam.
She better know. Becky's been on a winning streak and she can't take the loss. She needs this belt now. Becky's so good and she deserves
Carmella's
the
gone
belt.
to I'm telling you, Carmella's gone to WrestleMania with that belt. But
probably...
I don't know who will beat her. So this match, John, what did you think? Hated it?
Of Carmella and Asuka?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely hated it. I hate the shark cage gimmick because everyone who's in the shark cage either always drops a weapon through the bars
or jumps out of it. Because James Ellsworth was hanging out it by his foot.
That was the thing that they decided was going to get Asuka her heat back, is kicking the absolute ever-loving piss out of James Ellsworth while he was hanging upside down from that cage. It doesn't work like that. See a woman beating up a fucking little rat boy, it's not going to get her heat back after losing twice to a fucking shit. Not even, like, she's basically a jobber, Carmella, and Asuka has lost her twice because of shenanigans and stupid
maybe
gimmicks.
This is what but maybe Vince is making her a top heel, and so it is working. At the end of ever being fair, it's working, right?
Yeah,
but it's just really annoying for people.
She doesn't have good heel heat. She has go away heat.
Oh my god!
She has, as V1 would say, X-Pac heat. She's just bad. She's just bad. She's not a good wrestler. She can't really talk. All she's got is looks.
Well, she's got nuclear heat then.
Yeah.
It's so powerful that it's giving the audience cancer.
And making us literally turn the network off.
She's got Roman Reigns heat. Right, next match. Nakamura against Jeff Hardy. So now, on you go. I thought the match was alright.
Well, it was...
But Jeff can't really move.
It's because it was a non-match. Like, it was nice because it was just a fucking...
That's what I'm saying.
It was just a nice little short squash match.
Crunch!
Yeah.
It was good to see Nakamura win something.
Yeah, it was nice to see.
That's him. He's got a belt. That's it. That's that. See that?
Yeah.
See that thing Sami Zayn has? We're big Sami Zayn marks, by the way.
Oh yeah.
If you don't like that, you can fuck clean off. Right? So just give him one fucking belt. Just give him a belt.
It's all it takes. Sometimes it's just one belt to prove that you actually are worth it.
Right, but we're talking about Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy looks fucked.
He does.
I think he's been written off now.
See that? See that fucking match on Tuesday, the SmackDown match that he had with Nakamura for the fucking belt. Again, he had his rematch right away. He can barely move, right? And that swanton that he gave Nakamura, he came down so hard on fucking Nakamura's ribs and just stopped on him. You know how usually when he did the swanton, he used to roll through and he would set up immediately for it to like take the impact off and for it to roll out of the move. Now he lands on people back first, right on their fucking ribs, full weight of his body on their ribs.
Could have broke his ribs or crushed his
stomach. He could have fucking hurt the guy. He could have hurt everyone with this move now because he's too old and he doesn't know how to fucking roll.
Could have hurt the King of Strong Style.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Nakamura might not be the youngest guy, but he's got a good couple of years in him if they put belts on him and they actually treat him right.
I like a good squash match, and I think this deserved a thingy. And Jeff, is he injured or?
He is injured.
Is it his neck again?
Apparently, it was his leg. He's limping. He's limping.
Why didn't they just cancel the match then?
Because Jeff.
Did he get the belt off him?
They needed to get the belt off of him, and also Jeff is, as much as I don't think he's kind of good anymore, he is a professional. He works through pain. He's really, really good at working injured.
He's a professional. Tell that to Sting.
I mean, obviously, he's not a professional in that regard. That was a fucking debacle.
Yeah, I think he's just troubled with drugs.
Yeah, he has his problems.
But Jesus, man.
He's made mistakes, but he's killing himself at this point to make sure that he does everything he can to be...
I just don't want to see him get that injury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then Randy Orton came out.
Yep.
To a nice pop.
Yeah.
I don't like Randy Orton. I think he's very boring. But then he beat the fuck out of Jeff, and I was interested again.
Yes.
Because we were watching something for years ago where he was raging about something.
Yeah.
Was it Batista he was fighting or somebody?
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. But
we were watching that match.
Someone spat in his fucking face,
Aye.
and he flipped, and he actually looked mental, and he beat the fuck out of them, and it was great.
And I was like, that's Orton should see when he's been getting called boring.
Yeah.
He should just wheel the mad Orton out.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing. It's actually amazing to see. He just beats the shit out of people.
And the thing
The
is,
thing with the ear was amazing.
yeah, like that was on
SmackDown.
That's old school heel stuff. That's amazing. Like just working anything they can get to get heat, and it's like just pulling on his flesh tunnel. Horrible, disgusting, but great.
Yeah.
Like Randy.
So I'm hoping this is the start of a mad Randy Orton run.
Yeah, it'd be great to see him come back as the Viper for real, like a real fucking maniac again. That'd be cool.
I'm just bored of the RKO. It became a meme.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Yeah.
But I guess Vince saw that and he's just like, well, I guess all the kids love Randy Orton.
Yeah, so anyway, moving on to the second squash match of the night.
Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman.
Yeah, which it was a prolonged squash match.
At least Kevin Owens was getting a bit offensive for once, right?
Yeah.
It was weird to see Braun Strowman take moves for once.
Aye, there was moments where I was like, oh, they might actually have a genuine match here. Because the thing is, Kevin Owens can get a match out of someone like Braun Strowman because he's great. And then it just devolved into the same old shit.
Or Kevin Owens marks as well, by the way.
Who doesn't love Kevin Owens? Come on.
Some people.
Like, he's great. He's a great talker, great in the ring. And yeah.
I enjoyed this match.
And also is willing to put his fucking body on the line for the company. Again, taking a bump like that.
Well, as the ending was...
Yeah.
Was incredible.
Technically,
I popped, man. I was just like,
yeah,
fuck.
Couldn't believe. I mean, like, for a fucking... Taking a bump like that on a show like Extreme Rules, which was roundly shit.
But it makes sense that you would take a bump like that
in
on
Extreme Rules, yeah.
You fucking threw him off the cage and he went... Was it the Spanish announce table?
I think it might have been.
They should just come with a table.
They always get it.
I enjoyed it. Do you think Braun Strowman's going to cash in and fuck it?
I think so. It's starting to really worry me now because they think that Braun Strowman is immune from bad booking. Because, I mean, look at the stuff with Nicholas.
Look at the thing for WrestleMania.
And this as well. This whole feud with Kevin Owens has been fucking dreadful.
Enjoyed that match, but this year that Potter, flipping cars and thingway and all that. Oh, God. Imagine Kevin Owens, imagine Braun Strowman just lifted the cage up and just rolled with it.
That's what it should have been. He should have done a feat of strength. And he's just like, and just smell you later, Kevin Owens. He beat him up for a little while and then just lifted it up and rolled it.
Kevin Owens won as well by getting
yeah.
I like that twist as well.
Technically, KO won. Let's talk about the Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No, which had an angle earlier on in the night where the Bludgeon Brothers were working over Daniel Bryan and Kane in the back, and they crushed Kane's good knee that he takes all his moves on.
Ironically.
And then we were like, who's going to face the Bludgeon Brothers? Then Daniel Bryan came out on his own, even though it was a tag match for the belts. So therefore, one man can't win both belts.
Isn't that the third time since WrestleMania? So WrestleMania itself.
Yeah.
That they've did this thing where it's like a one man tag thing with Daniel Bryan.
Kinda.
Where he's like fighting against the odds.
Well, they did it. They kinda did it at WrestleMania, but it was like they took Daniel Bryan out and then. Shane had to actually work most of the match, and then Daniel Bryan came down for the hot tag.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Can he no go or something? What's the deal?
With Daniel Bryan? Oh, he absolutely can. It's they are.
That's what I'm saying. He clearly can go, but the point I'm making is Vince think he can't do this. I don't get all this. I don't understand why he isn't right up in the title picture with AJ Styles. I mean, is it because they're both faces?
I wouldn't even say that that's an issue anymore. It's more. I said it to you a couple of months ago. I think the only reason they've not put him in the title picture is because they're worried he gets injured again, and then they're going to have to strip the title off of him yet again, and it's just
so.
It's sad, but Team Hell No got a big pop. I don't want to see Team Hell No. I want to see Daniel Bryan wrestle for titles.
We're going to put our cares in first of all, let's talk about the Bludgeon Brothers. What a fucking terrible gimmick.
It's a bad gimmick. They're both great wrestlers.
What, they walk into the ring and they put hammers down and then they go into the ring
and then they
win and then they go back out and pick up their big heavy hammers. So don't you think taking a hammer to a ring would make you tired because you're carrying a big hammer? So how are you going to wrestle with your arms? Or is that the point of it? They're so strong that they can take hammers to the ring and win?
They're so strong, and also they're malicious and when they get the opportunity to use the hammers they do. but they don't normally use the hammers, so they should just be called the Wrestling Brothers. Because they come down to the ring and they wrestle.
They don't really bludgeon anyone.
Yeah, they don't bludgeon anyone. They're just...
I fucking like Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Yeah, they're great.
I don't think they need this terrible gimmick. But Vince is trying to lose their Bray Wyatt image with the denims and the...
Yeah, so now they look like S&M weirdos. With all the leather.
It's Attitude Era bull nonsense in it. It's just...
You can tell they're going to be stuck with this for a while as well, because Vince helped them make this gimmick.
Is that confirmed? Who confirmed that? Was it
Luke Harper? Luke Harper actually went on a podcast and said Vince loved this gimmick and we were working on the characters with him.
That's how you know it's shit.
Yeah, it's really, really shit because Vince had a hand in it.
And if Luke had said that it was a pure pish pot idea,
he's not allowed to. He said he loves the way that it's went, but obviously he's just saying that because he knew he was going to get a push because Vince likes it. And now they've got the tag titles and they're squashing people left, right, and centre.
Look where they went the way of the revival.
Yeah.
Look at this, right? So that's that a foot in our thing. The tag division in SmackDown's absolute shit pot.
Yeah.
I hope Sanity just won it.
Yeah.
I hope it's Bludgeon Brothers against Sanity. I know they're two heels, but who cares anymore? We keep talking about heels. It's all heels.
It is all heels, unfortunately, because they don't know how to build and book baby faces.
Right. And see Kane, right? So that was the other thing I wanted to talk about just there. The tag division, pure dog shit. Let's not go for that. See Kane, I fucking hate Kane.
Me too.
I'm sick of Kane.
Yeah.
Stop popping for Kane. It's a cheap
It is a cheap
Team
pop.
Hell no.
Yeah. So Kane is back and he's the mayor.
Ever since Kane took his mask off, I can't get along with that. Kane with a big business suit on and a big heat talking about...
Kane took his mask off on a regular episode of Raw. You'd think that would be a huge deal.
Wasn't he fighting a fake Kane as well?
No, he was fighting Triple H for the belt. And it was like...
Mask for belt match?
Yeah. On a normal episode of TV. And he lost the match and lost his mask on a normal episode of TV.
Did he go like that and take the mask off? It's me, Kane.
He took the mask off and he had black face paint and half a shaved head.
He had like Batman makeup.
Yeah.
You know how Batman's got that makeup on underneath the
mask? Was the fire meant to have only scorched off half his hair?
Remember it was supposed to have burnt his whole face or something?
Yeah, he was meant to be disfigured.
Yeah.
But then he was just a regular guy with a bald head.
I know you never liked Kane to begin with, right? In the Attitude Era. I fucking love Kane. I think he just named nonsense. Know how Undertaker does all the rolling eyes back, talking about him in the Big Show going into the desert to I don't know. They're just going to the desert. Kane never really said anything. He just came out and chokeslammed you.
Yeah, he was nonsense.
He was Undertaker light, but he just and the Undertaker was supposed to be Kane as well.
Yeah.
But he just came out and just went, crunch.
Yeah.
And walked away. Right. What did you think of the Bludgeon Brothers match?
Sorry. It was a nothing match. Right. It didn't matter.
Poor Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan deserves better. The Bludgeon Brothers, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan deserve better.
They look bogging. That's all I'm going to say. See their gear. Check the state of your gear.
Remember a couple of months ago when we were like, man, I'm tired of seeing the Usos and the New Day over and over again. I would happily take that again now.
But it was the Bludgeon Brothers against the Usos for like 2 months, but wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was always piss.
Sanity against the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yes.
And they have a big war.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, Bludgeon Brothers need a third man. That's why Jeff Hardy was there.
Yeah.
Maybe they go like that with their two hammers and it forms a new guy. Why is Bobby Lashley back?
Yeah, we
TNA is shit.
We can't figure out why Bobby Lashley came back.
TNA is shit, right?
Yeah.
But people said he was good in TNA. He had all the belts. He had that Kurt Angle gimmick where he had all the belts. Right, I've got all the belts. Right?
He won a lot in TNA, and he was kind of just.
But to Vince, he's an unfinished product.
Yeah, because
he was what could have been.
Yeah, and that's why Drew McIntyre's back as well.
But he's come back and
the one that got away.
But we can talk about that.
Oh yeah, we'll talk.
When we talk about the main event. But we're talking about Lashers, right?
Yeah.
Why is he back?
He's back because he's basically
Goldberg.
He's basically Goldberg. He's the best of both worlds in that big unstoppable muscle man thing.
Then what was he?
He's fucking got the delayed suplex that he uses as a finisher now. It might as well be the jackhammer, and he uses a spear. He's Goldberg.
And what I'll say is, and you know where Sami Zayn marks, right? Don't use that against us.
Yeah.
But that fucking food him and Sami had I don't mean to be horrible. I'm glad Sami Zayn's injured so he doesn't have to get put through that shit anymore. That's bullying and that sister's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Bobby Lashley came in and had a red hot feud with somebody. I'd be like, come on, look at this big fucking cunt.
Yeah.
You know, this big fucking machine. You know what I mean? Come in, as I said, big red machine.
Yeah.
Big Bobby Lashley's machine, the big bacon machine.
Yeah. No,
right?
No pandering. No, don't even cut promos.
You should just come in and he should have come in and squashed cunts.
Yeah,
that's what he should have done.
Because if they want him to be Goldberg, do what Goldberg did. Come in, you literally don't say anything, you squash a guy and you hold your finger up. There's one. That's what Goldberg did for his first couple of matches.
He's talking about, he comes in and he talks about his sisters bullying him in a forest.
Yeah, and it's but he loves his sisters and he looks right into the fucking camera, right into your soul. I love my sisters.
And then a week later,
I love my sisters.
A week later, Sammy and the three sisters, are on the ring, and
Sami Zayn,
a little bit of my soul died.
Sami Zayn was trying his fucking best.
Sami Zayn deserves a raise for that shit.
Yeah, he really does. He gave more to that bullshit nonsense feud than anyone should have given.
Roman doesn't do moves anymore?
No. He does.
Has he been told to do
he
that?
Does Superman punch. It's Heyman books all his big matches with Brock, so that's why
Heyman was better than that. But
the thing is, Heyman saw that it worked a bunch of times when it came to Brock. See all those matches that Brock had with like AJ, Samoa Joe, the one really big match that he had with Strowman the first time. All those matches were those guys just doing their power moves. The match that he had with Joe was basically Joe just trying to get him into the clutch. The Coquina clutch the whole match because he knew he could make him choke out. He could choke Brock Lesnar out. So the whole match was Brock beating the piss out of Samoa Joe refusing to stay down and trying to get him into the clutch. That was the whole match. And that's the way Heyman books. He thinks that Brock Lesnar's so indomitable and unstoppable that anyone fighting him would just do their big moves over and over and over again. And that makes sense to a degree, but it makes for boring matches when you've watched it 8 times.
I like that Brock Lesnar's this big motherfucker. I like that gimmick.
Yeah.
I think it's great, but it's kind of boring now.
It's ran its course. It has, because he's now been champ for 400 and something days.
The CM Punk thing's gone now. Right?
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough. If that was the goal, that's the goal. Right, cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to mourn about it. Fair enough, right? It is what it is, right? But come on. SummerSlam, please at SummerSlam take the belt off him. So, you're just killing a belt?
Yep.
It's just killing a belt, and I don't really understand why. It's not even good heat.
The Intercontinental Championship is Raw's top title.
It's been Raw's top title for a...
And Rollins tried his fucking best. He really did. He was getting that belt over big time.
Talking to Joe, where is he? He's on SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean where I know he's on SmackDown. I mean, where was he that night?
Yeah. He just didn't have a match. Yeah, I mean,
rematch the NXT matches.
I'm hoping for stuff like that. I'm hoping for Joe to get into the title picture as soon as possible as well, because he deserves it. He's great.
AJ Styles, Joe, TNA.
Oh, I would love that.
Reunion. It was what it was, and I'm kind of glad Lashley won.
Yeah,
he needs that kind of win.
And the thing
after
is,
the whole Sami Zayn
oh yeah. And I am actually at the point where I kind of feel sorry for Roman Reigns as well, because the guy has been told, as you said, he's been told to only do his big moves in matches now. I know he's capable of more. We've seen him do more in the past when he was with the Shield.
And he can also cut promos, because that promo we saw where he was like that, look how sexy I am.
Yeah, he was being...
And the crowd were like, woo!
He was being slick as fuck. And he was...
And the crowd, the woman in the crowd were like,
yeah. And he was like...
I want a bit of Roman.
Yeah, he was like, what's my name? And everyone was saying Roman Reigns back to him. It was like, this guy has fucking charisma. He can talk. It's just they've handcuffed him.
Putting a belt, Vince...
I'm the big dog. I'm cool.
Vince thinks if he wins that'll put me, that didn't work. Putting the belt back on him is probably Vince's next big idea. That isn't going to work, so he's just going to be wandering about with a belt and getting booed. So he can't win, he can't lose, he can't do anything. What do you do?
The only thing I can imagine is, since Rollins doesn't have a belt anymore, and since Dean Ambrose is supposedly maybe coming back, it's near SummerSlam, they might try and do the Shield again.
I think.
But who would they fight?
I think Roman should get a Hawaiian shirt and get a surfer gimmick, and I think that will get him there.
He should also gain 100 pounds of sheer fat. So, Okay. Oh, fucking hell.
Right,
This
Styles.
is a lot to unpack. Hold on. Alexa Bliss
Right.
with Mickey James looking like she was out for a night at the Savoy defeated
Google the Savoy Glasgow. On you go.
defeated Nia Jax with Natalia for no reason.
So-
Again, Ronda Rousey was sitting at the side of the ring. She was a fan spectating, and that was illegal.
I think Bliss and Jax kind of barred fuck at each other, didn't they?
Yeah, they were doing the best that they can considering Nia is terrible.
And
And Bliss is okay.
above average.
She's above average. She's not a fucking diva wrestler like
I like her.
Alicia Fox or something like that.
When she won Money in the Bank, Twitter went fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's because everyone.
No, I can't believe Carmella and Alexa Bliss are. What are you putting her in with as if she's as bad as Carmella? That's ridiculous.
She's much better than Carmella, and she can talk, whereas Carmella
But
can't.
I'm not happy about. They had the bully angle, and then the bully won.
Yeah,
Twice now.
yeah. They kind of didn't deal with that properly because Nia was a heel all the way up until the point where they had
And then
the
she was a
bullying
heel
angle.
again recently.
And then she was immediately a heel again so that Ronda could take her on.
But now she's a face again in this match.
And now she's a face again. And she's with Natty, and Ronda came in and beat up Mickey James. And Natty kind of got in on the fray, and then Alexa... I can't remember. Alexa DDT'd Nia on a chair.
And what?
And won.
And
It
then
was a chair, right? It was a chair.
And then Ronda Rousey came in and ran wild, brother.
Yeah. And that, I get...
That was good talent. That
The crowd were going mental for Ronda, and that's great. They did what they wanted. They got Ronda over.
set up Alexa.
Ronda is amazing in the ring, and she's actually surprisingly charismatic. She can't really talk. She can't cut promos yet, but she'll get better.
I didn't hate this match.
It was fine. Again,
Yeah.
it served its purpose. However, this is the fourth nothing match on the card. It's bad.
I like Alexa. Mickey James is that cool to have because she's got the experience. I know she's for the diva era, right?
Yeah.
But she's kind of good.
She is good.
She's a
That
good presence.
the match she had with Asuka in NXT was
But-
good.
To take it back to Mean Girls, what the fuck was she wearing?
That was stinking, that outfit. I couldn't believe
She
it.
was going to the Savoy.
She looked like someone's ma going to the Savoy.
She was going to the Savoy singing Pink. I'm coming up to you. Getting some fucking Alka Pops. To Blue Wicked, please. AJ Styles Rusev.
Great.
It was great.
It was a great match.
It was great.
Rusev got a fucking great look in. AJ, I fucking love AJ Styles. I'm not getting tired of him as champ. It's fucking brilliant. Every match he's in is brilliant. Even the stinkers when he was
Even the
with...
Stinky Nakamura matches.
They really mishandled that feud, but it was still kind of great because AJ fucking kills himself in the ring to put people over.
Signed 10 years too late.
I know. He's still flying about.
Who
Still.
would have thought Aiden English could have got Rusev there?
I know, I didn't see that one coming.
Lana couldn't even do that.
It's nice that Lana's getting a little bit of the contact.
Right, no, but
Like-
now her and Aiden English are arguing with each other.
Yeah.
Some shite that Vince likes to book, innit? So
Yeah.
it'll be Aiden English against Rusev soon enough to break that shit up.
Because Rusev gets one shot at the fucking WWE title and never gets another chance.
I love Rusev.
Rusev's great, and every day is Rusev Day, and we need
But
to we need to remember that.
But Rusev's been booked like a prick because he got married and cut his hair, you know that shit.
Yeah,
See flag matches for the bin.
AJ and Rusev probably should have gone on last because fuck me, the Iron Man match made me really sad.
Well, it says it all. The IC belt headlines.
Yep.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, because the Universal title
Right.
isn't there to be defended.
Bizarre. Right, Ziggler against Seth Rollins with Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre was in the mix.
What was that crowd about?
The crowd fucking ruined what was not a great Iron Man match, but a perfectly okay Iron Man match.
Were they bored?
I can't tell. They seemed like they were just being snide. It seemed like they were just being obnoxious and getting themselves over. They couldn't have been bored because they were doing it right from the start of the match, where there was a bunch of falls in a row. They were doing it right away, and I don't know why. Like, why the fuck did they didn't give the match a chance? They didn't even give it a chance. And the only thing I can think is they were bored because the rest of the card was shit, and then Rusev didn't win. And they were really maybe pro Rusev. I don't know. Maybe it was something like that. But maybe they didn't like Dolph Ziggler. Maybe they're doing it to hate on Ziggler. But again, why would you do that? Because Seth Rollins is also in the ring fucking killing himself to give you a good match.
They did the same shit when Seth Rollins fought Finn Balor for the Universal belt. Remember that?
Yeah, they were heckling the belt.
Watch the fucking match. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor were raging.
Yeah.
They were actually fucking... Finn Balor or Seth went on Twitter. Was that? Just enjoy the fucking match. Then poo-poo the belt when we're done.
Yeah.
You fucking pigs.
And Seth did it again with that one where he went on Twitter and did the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in his tweets. He knows full well the fans had no fucking respect in this match, and it's a real shame because they didn't book this match properly because there was a 10-minute stint in the middle of the Iron Man match where nothing happened, and it was just dead air. And I could understand them maybe getting a bit antsy during those 10 minutes, but they were doing it right from the fucking start, and it was just obnoxious. Right. Fuck that crowd. Fuck them royally, because it wasn't the best match it could have been, but fuck me, man. They should have been a bit more respectful.
It's good to see Drew. Good Scottish man. Good Scottish man. Drew McIntyre back.
Drew McIntyre with his ambiguous accent is back, and he's bigger than ever. He is literally bigger than ever. He was the NXT champion. He came back hot as fuck and got the NXT belt, and that was great. He had a great match with Andrade Cien Almas and fucking passed the belt to Andrade, and unfortunately hurt his biceps.
Yeah, so he was injured for...
And lost a little bit of his momentum, came in on the main roster, and got paired with Dolph Ziggler, and I don't understand why. Because he's the chosen one. That was his gimmick in the original. It was the chosen one. He should have came back as the chosen one.
It's weird that Vince has brought his two little pet projects back. Bobby and Thing were both back.
And you would wonder, like, Bobby's getting shot straight to the moon, and McIntyre, who is a much better wrestler and a much better promo than Bobby Lashley, is floundering, helping Ziggler with his IC belt. And like,
this must be Ziggler's big last hurrah, right?
It's the only way I can imagine.
Isn't his contract running or fucking
something? It's meant to be coming up soon. And the only way that I can imagine this being like one last big hurrah is if Drew is on target for the Universal as well, and then the pair of them are holding the belts together and they're like a fucking power duo. But that's not going to happen. So I don't really know what they are. If they were the beginnings of a faction, and they had other boys cutting about with them, maybe boys that had the tag championships, maybe they could be holding the gold, and it could be a fucking heel faction. But they're not. They're nothing. They're just a pair of pricks going after the IC belt, fucking with Seth Rollins.
Why isn't it Drew McIntyre with IC belt against Seth Rollins?
Yeah, I don't get that. Is it maybe because Drew's still not 100%, but he came back and wrestled with Dolph? Like, he wrestled bad tag matches.
Against his bicep, did you say?
Bicep, yeah, his bicep was hurt.
Maybe they're worried in case he hurts it again.
I really can't tell what their plan is, because Drew could be doing better.
You're right about that fucking accent, but imagine I went to WWE and tried to talk to the crowd like that.
Alright.
Well, yeah, I don't care where you're from, Seth Rollins, but I'll be you in.
There's not really much else to say about the Iron Man match. It was a disappointment, a really big disappointment, and the booking, I thought a much, 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 much better way to end it would have been for Drew McIntyre. After he got thrown out, he got kicked to the back, and then they went to a dead heat with a 4-4 tie. The fucking as Kurt Angle was restarting the match and being like, next fall is the last fall, Drew McIntyre should have ran down to the ring and just fucking gave the Claymore kick to Dolph Ziggler and gave Dolph Ziggler a DQ win, because that would have shown that he's like, I don't give a fuck about Ziggler. I'll do anything to make sure that you lose that belt.
Ziggler, I'm using you.
That should be what it is. It's like he should be using Ziggler because he knows he can beat Ziggler for that belt. That's all it should be. That might be the build, but then again, he should have started that at Extreme Rules, but instead Ziggler hit a super kick and pinned Seth Rollins, and that was it. That was the end of the match. They went to a dead heat, last fall counts, and it was just a normal fucking pinfall.
Aye.
And Seth Rollins walks away looking like a dick.
But it's Extreme Rules. It's not one of the big four, so
that's true. And we probably didn't need to talk about it for 2 hours, but we have.
Nah. So that was Extreme Rules. and just us bitching in general.
Yeah.
Like little bitches.
We had to make our first impression. This is our first little foray into just straight up running down cards.
To end it, Bobby Lashley's sister number 2, give me a call. Good night.